What is going on, everybody? It's the France. I'm here for NXT Takeover Toronto 2 and SummerSlam predictions. We are going to combine both predictions because, quite honestly, putting out two videos for just predictions really doesn't benefit at all. So we're going to go over all that. Of course, last night was NXT's go-home show. Was not really that much of a newsworthy show. You had the Undisputed Era and the Street Profits in a contract signing, which my network feed, which I hear there's been a lot of network problems lately since they updated, started spinning and doing a little loading screen when Angela Dawkins was talking and saying something to the Undisputed Era, so I missed the entire second half of that promo between the two teams. However, the show just had one match, which was Shane Thorne versus Joaquin Wilde. It was supposed to have Matt Riddle versus Killian Dane. That did not happen as Matt Riddle got destroyed once again. And then everything else was just video packages for all the big matches, all the matches of the show. So, not much else I could talk about. The Shane Thorne versus Joaquin Wilde match was not anything to write home about. Shane Thorne, quite honestly, when they had TM61 and Slash the Mighty, wasn't that much of a standout. Wasn't like that's going to be the Shawn Michaels of his tag team if his partner was to leave. TM61 Slash the Mighty didn't really do anything for me in NXT. Yeah, they had a great match in that showcase match against the Authors of Pain, but other than that, they really didn't do anything. And yes, having I think it was Shane Thorne or Nick Miller, I can't remember which one, getting injured didn't help that team at all because they were gone for a year plus. So Joaquin Wilde didn't. It wasn't a good match. It wasn't something to write home about. It was like if you really wanted to miss an episode of NXT, this week's show was something to miss. Next week you're going to have Breezango versus the Forgotten Sons and the finals of the Breakout Tournament with Jordan Miles and Cameron Grimes. That match will be taped right before NXT Takeover Toronto. So spoilers will be out there going into Takeover. Going into TakeOver, though, Candice LeRae versus Io Shirai, Shayna Baszler versus Mia Yim, Velveteen Dream versus Pete Dunne versus Roderick Strong, Street Profits versus Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish of the Undisputed Era, and Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano in a 3 Stages of Hell match. Another thing about the main event for this show, William Regal did tease that he, and only he, knows what's going to be the third fall. I don't really like that I don't really like the fact that they went that way. I would have much preferred William Regal telling us what it was, but I guess they want the element of surprise. So that means no cage match, no Hell in a Cell, nothing like that that's going to be like, well, there's a cage up there for some reason, or there's Hell in a Cell up there for some reason, so that obviously must be the third fall. With it being a singles match in a street fight, I'm predicting, and we'll get to that prediction in a bit, Candice LeRae versus Io Shirai will most likely be one of the first matches of the show. This is the first of two women's matches on NXT TakeOver this time around. I have been calling for two women's matches on these shows in TakeOver for a good while, and it's great to see that my calls have been answered with Candice LeRae and Io Shirai. Of course, Io Shirai turned her back on Candice LeRae after Candice tried her best to help Io Shirai win the Women's Championship in a cage match about 3-4 weeks ago. And Io Shirai has changed completely. Gone is the colorful music, gone are the colorful suits, gone are the colorful tiger mask that she would wear to the ring. It is all black, leather, and bad attitude. Candice LeRae, I don't know what she did off screen to piss off Io Shirai, but Io Shirai is here to kick some butt, take some names, and does not give a damn about anybody else. Honestly, this match goes to Io Shirai. She just turned heel. This match, in my opinion, is a pseudo number one contenders match. The winner of this match is going to get either Shayna Baszler or Mia Yim in the near future. That is basically what this match is to me. Io Shirai is going to pick up the win by just probably referee stoppage at the way they're building her up. It feels like it's going to be what she was doing to Casey Catanzaro before Candice LeRae came out and attacked her. That she is just going to mercifully and unmercifully beat down Candice LeRae, and the referee is going to have no choice but to stop the match. So Io Shirai wins by referee stoppage. Velveteen Dream versus Pete Dunne versus Roderick Strong for the North American Championship. Tonight, this Saturday, This is the night that everything could come, like Adam Cole's prediction could come to fruition. The Street Profits versus the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano. Roderick Strong versus Pete Dunne and Velveteen Dream. By the end of the night, all members of Undisputed Era could be draped in gold. I don't think that happens. I don't think Roderick Strong beats Pete Dunne and the Velveteen Dream. This one is a toss-up. I think it's either going to be the Velveteen Dream retaining after beating, pretty much getting mercifully beaten by two of the hardest fucking hitters in all of NXT. Out of most of the people on this show, the two people I would not want to be in the ring with for very long is Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne. I'm predicting that Pete Dunne or the Velveteen Dream is going to win this one. It is a toss-up. And I think one or the other is going to take the pinfall. I don't think Roderick Strong is going to factor into the pinfall of this match. This could be one of those things where Pete Dunne flips the Velveteen Dream over, starts pulling on his digits, and Velveteen Dream taps out as Roderick Strong, who was on the outside recovering, jumps in way too late, and Pete Dunne is your North American champion. So if I have to go with one prediction, I'm going with Pete Dunne to win by tapping out the Velveteen Dream. Roderick Strong does not make it a clean sweep for the Undisputed Era. Street Profits versus the Undisputed Era is Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. This one is an obvious one to me. The Street Profits have showed up on Monday Night Raw doing absolutely nothing but being clowns in the back. This is going to the Undisputed Era. They're going to become the first three-time tag team champions. They're going to hold up their end of the bargain when it comes to the Undisputed Era being draped in gold. That is where I'm going with this one. Not much else you can say here. This should be a fantastic tag team match. This should be a match that if I could, I would make Vince McMahon be glued to the TV and make him watch this match happen, because these two teams are going to make tag team wrestling magic. Shayna Baszler versus Mia Yim, Women's Championship. This match I am very 50-50 on. Obviously, the obvious answer should be Shayna Baszler. Mia Yim's been getting to Marina Shafir and has been getting to Jessamyn Duke over the last few weeks, brutally attacking Jessamyn Duke and slamming a locker on her shoulder. I don't ever want to see that happen. I know it was probably not actually happening in the way they did camera angle, but the way it looked on TV, it looked brutal as hell. So it looks like this is going to be a one-on-one match. Of course, Marina Shafir also got herself sandwiched between her car and her car door. So basically, Mia Yim has been getting at Shayna Baszler and her friends. So, who's going to win this match? I'm going to be picking, I know it's going to be very controversial for some people. I think Mia Yim's winning this one somehow. Shayna Baszler's got to be coming up to the main roster ASAP. Shayna Baszler is one of the best women in all of WWE. She is one of Ronda Rousey's best friends. I can see her of anybody being called up actually being taken care of, because WWE doesn't want to anger and piss off Ronda Rousey, because you know they want Ronda Rousey back. But Shayna Baszler could be the best feud coming out of SummerSlam for Becky Lynch. We all want Becky Lynch to have an awesome feud, have somebody who challenge her and make her title reign and redeem Becky Lynch's title reign. Shayna Baszler could be that. Mia Yim wins the title but doesn't hold it for very long. I'm predicting, and this is a future prediction, that Mia Yim wins the championship at Toronto by hook or by crook or whatever way she does it, and then on the next set of tapings she is losing that title to Io Shirai, and then we're going into Takeover War Games, Io Shirai, Candice LeRae for the Women's Championship. That's where I think we're going with this. So I'm going with Mia Yim to win by one way or another. Mia Yim probably walks out. Shayna Baszler is gone from NXT. I'm pretty sure she's coming up to the main roster. And again, going into Clash of Champions or any other one of these, I see Shayna Baszler becoming the next feud for Becky Lynch. And that would be probably the best person for Becky Lynch to end up losing the championship to. That leaves the Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano 2 out of 3 falls, 3 stages of hell match. Johnny Gargano picked a street fight. Adam Cole picked a straight-up wrestling match, which tells me that this should be Adam Cole's stipulation and Johnny Gargano's stipulation. Then we have the third stipulation, which we don't know yet what it is. Of course, these guys battled in a 2 out of 3 falls match at Takeover in New York, a straight-up singles match at Takeover 25. Adam Cole won the first fall in the 2 out of 3 falls match. Johnny Gargano won the last 2. And then Adam Cole won the straight-up singles match at TakeOver 25. And that leads us to this match. This is going to be the finale of this feud, and Adam Cole is winning this match. I feel it's going to be Adam Cole winning his stipulation, Johnny Gargano winning his stipulation, and then whatever William Regal picks, which I'm going to pick a fall. It's the worst I think I can do. It's going to be a Falls Count Anywhere match. I feel like the final fall is going to be Falls Count Anywhere. I wish it would be Hell in a Cell. That would be awesome. Give NXT a Hell in a Cell, which we have not seen yet. And then Adam Cole, with probably the help of the Undisputed Era, because it is a Falls Count Anywhere match, will win Fall 3, continue his reign as Adam Cole Championship Tour going into War Games. Johnny Gargano, where he goes after that is beyond me. But I see Adam Cole winning this, because if Adam Cole doesn't win this, then the feud really isn't over, because Adam Cole will eventually get back in the title picture. Gargano, I don't know where they go with this, but it's not going to be Gargano Cole again, and if he's going to stay in NXT, Gargano's going to do something else, and then maybe around WrestleMania weekend next year, he'll be in that title picture again after Adam Cole lost it to probably Matt Riddle or somebody else. The NXT TakeOver Toronto 2 comes to you Saturday. I cannot wait for this show. Is it going to be the best TakeOver of all time? No. They're still trying to top NXT TakeOver New Orleans from last year. That was, to me, the quintessential best TakeOver I have ever seen. That ladder match, Andrade versus Aleister Black, Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano in the unsanctioned match. You're not going to beat that. Is it going to be TakeOver 25 or TakeOver New York? The women's matches, in my opinion, I think are going to bring this show down. I hate to say that, but it's like Mia Yim versus Shayna Baszler. Even if Mia Yim was to lose, I don't think the Mia Yim Shayna Baszler dynamic works as well as Io Shirai versus Shayna Baszler or anyone else versus Shayna Baszler. It just doesn't work for me as well. Let me know in the comment section below who you think is going to walk out as winners and champions coming out of NXT TakeOver 25. I mean, Toronto, not 25, but Toronto. Moving on over here to SummerSlam. Let's talk about the Cruiserweight Championship, because nobody watches the 205 Live. Oney Lorcan versus Drew Gulak. Drew Gulak for the win. Nothing else I can say about that. Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon. If Shane McMahon loses, he will quit. My dad brought this up the other day, or yesterday, that the difference between Shane McMahon and his father is, if somebody challenged Vince McMahon to put his career on the line like Kevin Owens challenged Shane McMahon on Tuesday, Vince would do it and lose and be gone for a good while, like he did back in 1999 when Stone Cold Steve Austin beat him. Stone Cold Steve Austin then brought him back to win the WWF Championship, and so on and so forth. So, honestly, I don't get this match, and what does Kevin Owens get out of it if he beats Shane McMahon? If Shane McMahon loses this match, he could be back on SmackDown on Tuesday. This, to what we were told, was this was going to be phasing Shane McMahon out. How are you phasing Shane McMahon out if there's nothing on the line? He has nothing to lose. Kevin Owens has his career to lose, which obviously Kevin Owens is not losing this match. Shane McMahon is going to lose. So basically it's going to be Shane McMahon losing on Sunday, and then we'll see Shane McMahon back to work on Tuesday. So, I don't know. Maybe something happens when we get to SummerSlam, but Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens. If Kevin Owens loses, Kevin Owens quits. Kevin Owens wins, obviously. Finn Balor versus The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Of course, Bray Wyatt, for whatever reason, is targeting Finn Balor again. He has taken out Mick Foley. He has taken out Kurt Angle with the mandible claw. The Fiend is here. and I'm picking The Fiend. I looked at the predictions for a majority of the matches for going into like the smart money. Finn Balor versus the Fiend Bray Wyatt had the biggest odds in Bray Wyatt's favor over everything else. Everything else was like 500, plus 500, minus 500 to 250. Bray Wyatt has a net minus 1,000 to plus 525. That is ridiculous, like odds right there. So I'm picking Bray Wyatt over Finn Balor. This should honestly be Bray Wyatt. Balor's music hits, is done. Lights go out. Lights come back on. Fiend gets the mandible claw on. Referee rings the bell, and that's it. That's all we need to see. Bray Wyatt should not be selling to Finn Balor one iota in this match. This match on Sunday should be Finn Balor doing the job, getting his ass kicked from pillar to post in a quick fashion. It should go faster than Dolph Ziggler versus Kevin Owens at Extreme Rules, which went 20 seconds. That's how fast this match should go, if faster. Speaking of Dolph Ziggler, he will take on Goldberg. We all thought it was going to be The Miz, but that turned out to be a red herring. Of course, Dolph Ziggler has been bad-mouthing Goldberg over the last few weeks, maybe months. So, Monday Night Raw, Goldberg comes back, signs a contract, and now we have Goldberg versus Dolph Ziggler. This match should not be more than 2 minutes. Spear, jackhammer, 1, 2, 3, and that is that. Trish Stratus versus Charlotte Flair. This match, I don't get why it's happening. Apparently, Vince McMahon called Trish up and wanted to give her one last hurrah in her hometown. Which she's only 44 years old. If she wants to come back next year if they go to Toronto and have another wrestling match, she can do that. If they want to do another pay-per-view for the only women, which they're not doing this year, but an all-women pay-per-view next year, they can call Trish Stratus up and she will be there. This, in my opinion, is just WWE putting another notch in Charlotte Flair's belt. Her legacy, which her legacy compared to her father is a joke. It still makes me laugh that Ric Flair tweeted out a couple months ago or last year sometime that his daughter has surpassed him in every which way. That it's no longer she's Ric Flair's daughter. It's I'm Charlotte Flair's dad. And I'm like, Rick, I'm sorry, that's bullshit. And that statement, you might think that statement's true, but when it comes to fans, that is never going to be the case. Charlotte Flair is getting these matches like this. I'm fine with it. It keeps her out of the championship opportunity at SummerSlam. Ember Moon actually gets that opportunity over Charlotte Flair. So hey, I can't complain about it because Charlotte Flair is not being put in a championship opportunity 2 years in a row, maybe 3 years in a row. So Charlotte Flair is obviously beating Trish. That is exactly what this is. It's going to be interesting to see how well Trish actually performs because she hasn't had a wrestling match since Evolution last year, and I'm pretty sure she hasn't kept herself in wrestling shape, which you kind of can't do when you're not wrestling. So Charlotte over Trish Stratus, no doubt about it. Ricochet versus AJ Styles, singles match for the United States Championship. Of course, Ricochet won the United States Championship at Stomping Grounds, lost it to AJ Styles at Extreme Rules. And here we are at SummerSlam for the rubber match. Well, not for the rubber match. It is a rubber match because they did have a match the night after. Actually, I don't know where they're at. Are they at rubber match or not? Because they had a match the night after SummerSlam, after Extreme Rules. Ricochet won that after the match was restarted. They had a championship. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Ricochet lost that match after the match was restarted. They had a championship match, I believe, the next week after that or the week after that, which Ricochet won after his match was restarted. Then they went to Extreme Rules. Ricochet lost the title, which I guess that means this is the... What do you call a match that's after? Because AJ Styles is up 2-1 in this series. AJ's going to win this match, in my opinion, because they need to move on. Ricochet was the champion. He should have kept the championship. Should be going into SummerSlam against somebody else. They obviously didn't want to do that. You want to keep the OCs at a strong pace. If it wasn't for the fact that Brock Lesnar won the WWE the Universal Championship, I could see AJ Styles and Seth Rollins at this pay-per-view with Ricochet facing somebody else in the mid-card because AJ Styles is worth more than the mid-card in WWE, plain and simple. Him holding the United States Championship is not ideal. I think it should have stayed on Ricochet. Ricochet would be going on to face somebody here, maybe a Rey Mysterio, maybe an Andrade, maybe Cedric Alexander in a triple threat match, fatal four-way, whatever. But no, AJ Styles, Ricochet, United States Championship. AJ wins, keeps the OCs looking strong as they just were rebranded not too long ago, and that's where we go from there. Becky Lynch versus Natalya, submission match for the Raw Women's Championship. Becky Lynch is winning this one, no doubt about it. She is one half of the cover athletes of 2K. WWE 2K20 this year. We're not going to see that change. Like last year, AJ Styles was the cover athlete, and he kept that title until right before Survivor Series. Do I think that Becky Lynch is going to keep the title that long? I wouldn't say that, but she's not losing it to Natalya. For whatever reason, WWE and Vince McMahon has this obsession with the Hart family tapping out in Toronto at a big pay-per-view. So Natalya's losing to Becky Lynch, no doubt about it. Ember Moon versus Bayley, singles match for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Bayley over Ember Moon, and this might not be something somebody wants to hear, but Bayley's keeping it because of Ember Moon's skin color. I'm gonna say it right now. Vince McMahon is a racist. We know this 110%. So him allowing somebody like Ember Moon to represent the women's division on his shows, yeah, I don't see that happening. The only reason Asuka was the women's champion for as long as she was because because Charlotte Flair was in the middle of feuding with Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey that they totally forgot the women's championship on SmackDown existed. It was like for the entire build between WrestleMania, Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, until Charlotte Flair won that championship that title didn't even exist. Ember Moon's not winning this match. It's all political bullshit. It should be a good match if given enough time. I would love to see what these women can do. I hope they get the time. But Bayley's winning it. Is keeping the championship because she's going to be losing that title probably to Charlotte Flair at Clash of Champions. Randy Orton versus Kofi Kingston singles match for the WWE Championship. This match has history behind it. 10 years in the making almost. November of 2009 when Randy Orton got hit. He got boom dropped through a table in Madison Square Garden. Kofi Kingston destroyed a NASCAR that had Randy Orton's face on it. Beat it up, keyed the car. He hit it with a what do you call that? A metal object, and then he took paint and just splashed it all over it. Of course, everyone knows why Kofi Kingston was denied his push in 2009 because Randy Orton used his backstage influences. But again, as I said on Tuesday, that Kofi Kingston did not help himself in all. And we know the match. They showed clips of the match where Randy Orton hit the RKO, a shoot RKO, and then called Kofi Kingston stupid 3 times. What they don't show in that clip is the fact that Randy Orton was set up in 2009 to punt Kofi Kingston in the head. But Kofi, for whatever reason, whether he went into business for himself or didn't know what the hell the spot in the match was supposed to be, kept getting up, just kept rising up. So Randy Orton got pissed, hit him with a really bad-looking RKO, called him stupid 3 times, and that was the end of Kofi Kingston's push to the top. Kofi Kingston, of course, won the title at WrestleMania. Ali got injured. If it wasn't for Ali getting injured, we wouldn't be in this position right now. So Randy Orton, I see winning the championship. Kofi Kingston's title reign is has run out of steam. It is on embers right now. This title reign has been atrocious. Kofi Kingston has not presented himself as WWE Championship material. Every time he comes out and you see him wearing the WWE Championship around his waist and he has pancakes stuffed between himself and the championship, I want to throw the fuck up because that is disrespecting the championship, the lineage of that championship, and every single great superstar from Stone Cold Steve Austin to The Rock, John Cena, Triple H, Hulk Hogan, and everybody else, Macho Man Randy Savage, and everyone else in between who held that championship. You disgrace each and every one of them by doing that. You act like a fucking child. It's like a child is holding the championship. You've been in the WWE for 11 years. Treat the championship like it's a fucking championship and not a goddamn prop. Another reason why championships don't have any value is when you have the WWE champion coming out here with pancakes stuffed between his championship and himself. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. I hope Randy wins the championship because I am sick and tired of this championship reign of Kofi Kingston. Feel good story of WrestleMania. Good for him. The only reason it was even a really good story is because of how good Daniel Bryan was. How good Daniel Bryan is as a heel. This championship reign needs to end and get it on somebody proper. Kofi Kingston has been a disgrace as a champion. And let's move on from here. Randy Orton beats Kofi Kingston so we can end this fucking nightmare. His championship reign is almost as bad as Jinder Mahal's. And the only difference is Kofi Kingston can wrestle in the ring, unlike Jinder. But as a presentation, he's been as much of a disgrace as champion as Jinder Mahal has. Fight me on it. I don't give a shit. That's my thoughts on him. And what is most likely going to be the main event, and honestly I think will be a terribly bad idea if they make this the main event. Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, Universal Championship, number 3 for the year. Because yes, Seth Rollins losing the title to Brock Lesnar it has evened the series up, so it's a rubber match of sorts. Brock won the Money in the Bank ladder match after seven other guys beat the living piss out of each other to win the Money in the Bank briefcase, which made that title and that thing an entire joke. Comes on at Extreme Rules, cashes in on Seth Rollins, who just went through a brutal mixed tag team Extreme Rules match at Extreme Rules, and won the championship after a couple F5s instead of people doing it the right way and having Becky come in to stop the cash-in. No, we're going to have Brock win the championship. Brock's winning this match. Brock's holding the title to WrestleMania. Brock's going to be it's going to be Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns again in the main event of WrestleMania. That is what's happening. If Seth Rollins wins this match, I highly doubt it. The way WWE has fucking fucked up Seth Rollins, having him, and Seth Rollins has done himself no favors. Going out there and pretty much going war with words with Will Ospreay, comparing bank accounts, talking trash and talking about Jon Moxley, making embarrassing the WWE when he opens his mouth. The reason I think they took the title off Seth Rollins is because he continues to embarrass himself and the WWE as a whole when he goes on social media and starts saying, mocking Will Ospreay, mocking Jon Moxley. WWE is a publicly traded company. The way Seth Rollins, I know he wants to toe the company line and he wants to be pro WWE, but the way he went out and did it in all of June, July, and the beginning, June and July, and just made an ass out of himself. When somebody sits there and pretty much says, I'm good at what I do, and like Will Ospreay said, I've had more 5-star matches or more great matches than you ever had. And then you come out and it's like, oh, you want to talk about something big? Well, look at my bank account compared to yours. That makes him sound like a condescending prick. This guy was the Universal Champion at that time. That is not the proper way to actually present yourself as a champion. Yes, he eventually apologized. But you should think before you talk on social media, especially in the position that Seth Rollins is in. Going out there and talking trash on his former partner, Dean Ambrose, a.k.a. Jon Moxley. Just making himself sound like a condescending ass who just opens his mouth, inserts his foot every single time. Seth Rollins is not winning the Universal Championship back, and quite honestly, he doesn't deserve it. First off, they tried to make him cool. Didn't work. The fact that at Raw Reunion, he came out and said Brock Lesnar is a Seth Rollins wannabe. Nobody wants to be Seth Rollins. Not even Seth Rollins wants to be Seth Rollins. Cody Lopez probably doesn't even want to be Seth Rollins right now. The beatdowns that he got in the past 2 weeks is pretty much punishment from WWE. This guy has been punished vehemently for how dumb he's sounded and how dumb he's been on social media. This guy is not winning the championship. Brock Lesnar's keeping it, unfortunately. He's going to WrestleMania. He's going to go to And then, of course, Roman Reigns is going to win the Royal Rumble, and then we're going to see Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns again. Be prepared for it, because if Brock Lesnar does not lose the title to Seth Rollins, he's not losing it again until WrestleMania. He's only going to have 2 matches at Survivor Series and the Royal Rumble, and he's not going to be defending the title at Survivor Series unless they change that up, and he's not going to lose the championship at the Royal Rumble. So Brock Lesnar, here's the thing. Seth is not winning. I don't think, and nobody wants Seth to win. Nobody wants Seth to win. Seth's not winning. Brock's going to keep the championship, and Brock's going to WrestleMania as your Universal Champion. It's a sad fact that the last, in 2017, 18, 19, and 20, Brock Lesnar will be going into into WrestleMania for 4 straight years. 3 of them he's been champion, but he's going to go into WrestleMania for 4 straight years in the Universal Championship match. 3 of them, if this happens, and I believe it's going to happen, 3 of them he's going to be defending the title. Of course, in 2017, he won the championship. But Seth Rollins is not winning the championship. He doesn't deserve it. He's been too much of a condescending ass and a piece of shit on social media and outside of WWE for anybody to care. Turn this guy heel, because the babyface Seth Rollins has died 1,000 deaths weeks and months ago. Fans didn't give 2 shits when he was sitting there hunched over on Monday Night Raw in the ring, saying he's going to beat Brock Lesnar. People were booing him and giving him the what chance. It's just, nobody wants to see Brock Lesnar as champion, but you fucked Seth Rollins up so badly, and Seth Rollins has fucked himself up so badly as well. Nobody wants to see Seth Rollins as Universal Champion. So they've kind of fucked themselves, putting Seth Rollins in this match with Brock Lesnar instead of giving us like a Cesaro or somebody else, and giving somebody else the rub to beat Brock Lesnar. Seth's not doing it, and if he does, it's not going to get any better. That is your predictions for NXT TakeOver, which we say Adam Cole, Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, Pete Dunne, Mia Yim, and Io Shirai. SummerSlam, we're going to have Drew Gulak, Kevin Owens, Bray Wyatt, Goldberg, Charlotte Flair, AJ Styles, Becky Lynch, Bayley, Randy Orton, and Brock Lesnar. Hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video. Find me on twitch.tv/TheFranceClub and Twitter @TheFranceClub. And I will see you guys tomorrow for Unscripted episode number 81 as we go over the last bit of news and rumors going into SummerSlam and TakeOver Toronto. Until then, my name is The France, and I'll see you guys later.